I am very pleased to be interviewing Rick Sirvaitis, and I'm going to tee off immediately because we've already been talking about your background. How did you get to where you are today?
I actually went to school in advertising, undergraduate and graduate school at Michigan State. I left Michigan State in 1971 and went right to Campbell-Ewald, and I spent 4 years doing quite a few things, ultimately working toward an account executive job. And once I got into the account executive role, I realized my real true love was media, especially television. I went back to media and did spot buying, did network buying, and left and went to Blair Television. Sold 90 stations for 3 years. Left Blair to go to NBC Network. Worked at NBC Network for 4 years, and then went to a local station, WDIV in Detroit, an NBC affiliate. I was there for 5 years, during which time I went to law school and got a law degree at night. The minute I was sworn into the state bar, I decided I needed a new challenge, and in 1986 I went to Turner Broadcasting. I spent 9 years with Turner and moved to New York with Turner. Rising up to my final job was running all of CNN ad sales. But at one point I came to New York as basically the operating officer of sales to help run the entire division under John Barbera. I left there in 1995 to go to IFE, which was the family channel at the time, which was then bought by Haim Saban, and Fox turned into Fox Family, and we also handled all of the Fox Kids activity. I left there in late 90s to go to an internet startup, Phase 2 Media, selling branded websites. Great concept, great staff, great personnel, but underfunded. And from when we were teetering and ready to figure things out, I got a call from my old client at GM, Michael Bronner, who said, "Rick, why don't you come and run all of MediaWorks?" So for 4 years I ran all of MediaWorks, all of the buying of General Motors. I was the first person to ever head both sides, print, broadcast, internet, you name it, everything. And it was a great challenge, great time. And then when Michael retired, the buying was put into review. It went someplace else, so I began my own consulting career. And I consulted for the NFL Network, Google TV, Inversa, TRA, quite a few others, and I got involved with 3 guys who wanted to start a little business called Storeboard Media, selling ads on security pedestals at retail. They were promotion guys. They thought it was media. I said, "You're right. Let's create a model for analyzing how many impressions there are and how this can compete with the fragmentation in the TV world today." And we did that for 8 years, and the company was just sold in April of 2014 to Advantage Sales and Marketing.
So you say you have a law degree. Do you find that you've used it since you've gone back into media?
Well, I've been in sales most of my career, and sales is a service business, and anything you can do to help your clients that your competitor can't put you ahead of them. And I would literally have clients call me and ask for me to help them with a will, help them with landlord-tenant issues, traffic tickets, you name it. I think I've handled about a little over 40 cases and never lost a one.
That's great. Rick, tell me about Storeboard Media.
Storeboard Media is a very simple concept. Virtually every major store has pedestals at the entrance that prevent people from stealing product. There's an RFID tag on the product that sounds an alarm when they try to exit without it being deactivated. Very simply, we put ads on those pedestals. So everybody entering and exiting the store can see those and can't miss those, frankly. And I've always gone on the premise of an impression is nothing more than an opportunity to view. And we estimate the number of transactions that average retailer might get over a 4-week period. We then multiply that by 2.76 to come up with an average number of impressions over a 4-week period. We sell it on a 4-week basis. A client gets all of the ads, whether there's 2 pedestals or 12 in any particular store, for that full 4 weeks. We do the factor on transactions of 2.76 because we count going in the door as 1, going out the door as 2, and we add a factor of 0.76 for people that shop and don't buy or shop with somebody. And we've actually had that data verified by people counters that some of the retailers are now putting in to really count the number of people going in and out of the store.
How many stores do you have, and what is your footprint?
Right now, we have a total of 25,000 stores across the country into which we can put ads. We have every CVS, every Walgreens, every Rite Aid. We have most of Duane Reade. Some stores don't have security pedestals anymore. All of Kmart and all of Family Dollar.
What form do these ads take? Are they digital, or
Very
how does it
simple.
work?
It's so ironic, and I've done speaking engagements with schools on this whole subject, that in an era where everything cool and hot is digital and everybody's coming up with a new model, this is very old-fashioned. You print it, slide it over the pedestal, and you see it. We really can't do digital because we can't even put metallic ink on there so that it cannot interfere with the radio frequency of those antennas. And so we've got to be careful of that. But our clients love it on the simple fact that it is so old school. It is something that you just see it and print it. Want me to get you a sample of an ad?
So what are some of your advertisers?
Well, we've got a lot of CPG advertisers, but basically anything that's sold in a drugstore. We have been doing more and more in the pharma category. All of our advertisers have great success. We've actually done studies, both Arbitron awareness studies, Nielsen replacement studies, and we have also done sales lift studies because a lot of clients ask about how do we know it works. And unlike most forms of advertising, we have proven return on delivery. We actually have an average of 24% sales lift for the exact SKU that's advertised. That's test and control stores. The only thing different between the two stores is our security pedestal ads.